Hello, Morning Mimosa viewers. This is the founder, Holly Sisa, and I am here today to talk to you guys about valuing human life. But before I get started with that, obviously you guys know that Morning Mimosas values human life, justice, healing, truth, and education for the Black and minority communities. So, like I said, today's episode I will be discussing what justice looks like for the Black and minority communities. So, I want to first off get started by saying this. I'm going to start off by talking to my Black folks first. The reason behind our cases being unsolved, yes, it has to do with the lack of police giving a fuck, but it also has to do with our own people not giving a fuck either. It's really, really sad how we sit here as a people and we sit here and blame everybody else for our actions, but we have these street rules like, oh, no snitching, or, you know, don't tell or you get your ass kicked, or whatever the situation may be. That's why a lot of our cases are still unsolved, because people refuse to come forward with information that they know about someone's missing loved one or the homicide of someone's loved one. I guess the reason I get upset about this still is because I don't understand how people can sit here and be okay with knowing information about somebody being missing or somebody's homicide, and you guys just keep these secrets to yourselves for years and years and years, knowing that a family is suffering because they don't have answers about what happened to their missing loved one or their loved one's homicide. I really need people to start giving a fuck more, because I like to tell people, what if it was your loved one that was the current situation for them? You would want somebody to come forward and say, like, okay, I know something that happened some 20 years ago that may have contributed to, the homicide, or may have contributed to them going missing. It's really, really sad that humans keep secrets because they're scared of retaliation of the person that committed the act. Or I'm just going to go ahead and be very blunt. A lot of people are pussy. And it's quite sad that people are just pussy like that. If I knew something about somebody's homicide, I'm going to say something, because I hate seeing these loved ones suffer like this. I'm recording this episode on Tuesday, November 26th. And on November 20th, that just passed, so 6 days ago, it was the 22-year anniversary of the passing of Xavier Walker here in Montbello, Denver, or Denver, Colorado. He was a 16-year-old boy who was murdered at Falcon Park in Montbello. And 22 years later, although there was many, many kids who watched the fight and obviously watched the gunfire, nobody knows what happened to that boy, or nobody knows who shot and killed that boy. You guys hear me talk about the Xavier Walker case quite often because it just hits me a little different. All missing persons and homicides affect me deeply. There's just something about the Xavier Walker case, just watching his mother and his beautiful sisters speak on him on the Denver police video from years ago. It just made me want to go harder for, victims like Xavier and other people who have unfortunately lost their lives to gun violence or just violence in general. And this is why I say everything that I say, ladies and gentlemen, because look, he was killed at a high school fight. Somebody decided to shoot a gun and killed Xavier, who was an innocent bystander. He had nothing to do with the fight. And yet, here we are 22 years later, and there's still no accountability. All those kids watched the fight. Nobody came forward and told the Denver police a damn thing. And I really want to speak to the people who have witnessed homicides or know something about a missing person case. You guys can be anonymous. I will reiterate that every time. You guys can be anonymous. It's time to start getting these families justice. It's time. There's another case that really bothers me of a mother and a daughter in Nashville. It's Larisha Walker. She went missing on November 19th, 1999 in Nashville, Tennessee. And that young mother has never been found either. And we obviously know that somebody knows something about that. You know, she was supposed to go get her car fixed by a mechanic in Murfreesboro. And they never heard from her since then. They never found her car either. So she's been missing for 25 years. And then a double tragedy in that family. The matriarch, Ms. Wanda Walker, she went missing in October of 2016. And it just bothers me that a mother and daughter went missing almost 17 years apart. And they're both still missing till this day with no explanation. Truly, truly, truly sad. And I tell you guys these stories to reiterate. There needs to be justice for Xavier Walker here in Denver, Colorado. And there needs to be justice for the mother and daughter, Larisha and Wanda Walker, in Nashville, Tennessee. All these cases affect me differently, and they all affect me deeply because these family members don't have answers. They don't know what has become of their loved ones, and it just seems like the police doesn't do as much as they need to for Black and minority communities when it comes to getting these cases solved. I don't think people truly understand when somebody's missing. That means the case is not solved yet because we don't know where they are. Or if somebody's murdered and the person that murdered them never goes to jail or is never caught, that means there's a murderous person out there. And we just sit here like it's a normal thing. We just sit here, we just go about our days and acting like this stuff doesn't exist. I'm sorry, you guys. I will not be that person. I'm not gonna hide behind anything. I make sure I tell you guys about these things. Put it in the forefront. Just remember what I say every single time. These people were human like you and me. And they deserve their lives. Missing or murdered, they deserve their lives. And the fact that somebody took the time to harm these souls that should be here with their families, it's just really devastating, guys. That's why I do this show. That's why I do Morning Mimosa, to awaken you guys, because it's time for an awakening within humanity. It's really, really sad that people just do not care about another human being. Like we all don't go through things. But here today, I'm here to tell you guys, please start caring about others. If we start to care a little more, we can make the earth just a little bit better. Let's get justice for the Xaviers, the Larishas, the Miss Wandas, and all of other missing and murdered persons that deserve to be here, but because of somebody else's actions, we're either A, still looking for our loved ones, or B, we're still looking for a killer. It's time to care, people. It's time to care. It's time to put human back into humanity. That's why I'm here. This is why Morning Mimosas is not going anywhere. We will be here forever, trying to make sure that people get the justice, the truth, and the healing that they deserve. And then also we're here to educate. So we're not doing things of our past that no longer serve us. That's all I have to tell you guys. Please, please care more, so we can have justice for our communities. And other people don't care about getting justice for us, we can get justice for us. Hey guys, this is Holly Sisa. I am the founder/host of this lovely podcast, Morning Mimosa. As you guys know, we awaken the Black and minority communities by valuing human life, justice, truth, healing, and education. Until next time, thank you so much for listening.